Hey guys, I'm filming this straight off the back of my holiday vlog. So in there I said that I've been to see the pantomime today. So I'm going to make this a mini vlog just in case nobody wants to watch my holiday vlog. You just want to see a couple of pictures or a video from Cinderella. That is here. Twice the fun this year. We had two drag acts. The usual Ben Rhodey, who is comical. He is so funny and so good at drag act. And this year, for the first time, Lloyd Howitt. I think that's how you say his surname, Howitt, maybe. And him, and I must say, I've never seen him do one of the drag acts before, but he did absolutely fantastic, and he was just as funny. And of course, there was Harry Reid, which you may know better if you put glasses on him, as Ben Mitchell from EastEnders. It was absolutely magical. The pantomime is always up to such a high standard, and this year was not a disappointment. They were fantastic again. So a very entertainable few hours and a fantastic way to end the day. My favourite part was basically the whole storyline of how they got it from a film that everybody knows, but adapted it so differently to make it on stage. It was a very different kind of story. It was still Cinderella and Prince Charming and blah blah blah, but my favourite bit on it, I think, was how they got it on stage. But my favourite bit was when they got the pumpkin and the mice to turn into a horse and carriage. There was actually like horses, well, not horses, there was like miniature Shetland pony horses, but they were pure white, and a golden carriage. Was absolutely amazing. That little touch of putting live animals onto the stage just made it that much more special and that much more rememberable. My partner's favourite bit, as he said in our holiday vlog when I was saying that's what he was doing today, was the drag acts and their costumes. They had everything from dog costumes to lamp costumes to emoji costumes. They had luminous green and pink fluffy costumes. They had it all this year. They were absolutely crazy as always. I did meet some of the cast after the show. So what I'm going to do is, because I couldn't take any photos in the actual pantomime itself because it was forbidden, I managed to sneak a couple at the very end and get a very small video, which will be in here, of course. I did nearly get caught taking them, so I cut off where I did. But it was at the very end of the performance, and usually they say, if you'd like to take photos, now's your opportunity while we do the final dance. But they didn't this year. But I kind of took that opportunity to sneak a few photos and get a small video, just so I've got something to remember, just so I've got something for you guys. But I'll just show you these photos from the book and the rehearsals, because this is unfortunately I did want to meet this woman, but she wasn't in it. And then this is the main picture of the whole cast, or some of the cast, and I think that's all the photos. Yeah, and then it just goes on to the production and choreographer, set designer. Yeah, you don't want to see about them. As you may or may not know, I hunt. Well, I don't hunt. I wouldn't say hunt. I go to show my appreciation of some of the stars after the show. Now, they were having a gala event, so trying to find the people this year was a little bit easy. Instead of them being at the stage door where I usually go, they was inside, and they were having sort of a drink, and they was collecting money for a gala, so I think that's why they stayed a bit longer. I did get some signatures, I did get some photos, but it was so busy, and of course they were talking, and everybody wanted to see them, of course, because they was giving out free food and free wine. Even more people that were watching the panto stayed behind. I unfortunately had to dash off, so I didn't stay for as long. We donated a little bit of money to their cause, but we didn't have anything to eat or drink because my dad was actually waiting to take us home. But I did manage to get a few photos that I'll show you. And I've got a few autographs. So this is Harry Reid. Like I said, you may know him as Ben Mitchell from EastEnders. I got Phil Gallagher, which any mummies out there may know him as Mr. Maker. He always tries to make an appearance because he's been in past ones, and it's fantastic that he does so. Sally Lindsay, there is always one big star that does a runner and never wants anything to do with the people that come to see her. So, unfortunately, she was the one that decided to run away this year. Ben Rhodey and Loy Howlett. The sisters' names were Donaldina, I think that's how they said it, and Melania. And if any of you don't understand that joke, that is their joke on Donald Trump and Melania Trump. There was quite a few gags about them in it, so I got their signatures. They always, well, Ben more so, but they always try to make an appearance as well, because they are the only two that are in it every single year. Some people come back, some don't. Mr. Maker has done a couple. And then I was very happy to find Prince Charming and Cinderella. So I was so happy to see that. And I think that was everyone. We did see one of the dancers, but we didn't stop her, get a photo or anything like that, because somebody else came over and said hello to her, and she seemed like she was in a pretty bit of a bad mood. So we didn't stop her, we didn't get a photo or anything with her, but we did see her. But I don't generally collect their autographs anyway. So overall, the Marlowe Theatre, it's got all bumps over it, got caught in the rain. Poor book. So yeah, Cinderella overall, fantastic show. And I would advise, if you do live in the Kent area, do go to the Marlowe Theatre. It can be a bit pricey, but it is so worth it. And this pantomime is on until January, but I may not get this video up till January. So book Mother Goose next year. I will be looking at Mother Goose prices, and I'm back down in Kent next year, so I will probably base my next year's trip on when I go to see Mother Goose, as I did this year. I booked the tickets for Cinderella this year back in June, I think. I booked them quite a few months in advance, because they can get very busy. And although they do between 90 and 100 shows, and sometimes they have 2 shows a day, the pantomime is one of their biggest plays, and they get sold out fairly quickly. I guarantee if I was to book this in May or June again, I would have quite a hard time trying to find tickets, as I did with this one. I normally try to sit on the end of the aisle. At this time, we ended up in the middle with a family that side of us and a family of screaming kids that side of us, and we were squished. I never sit at the base. I sit on the side in the middle level, because the Marlowe Theatre's got level, floor level. We always sit here at the side because it's less busy, it's easier to see straight over the banister. So we tried to sit there. Unfortunately, we didn't this year. We did get to the side, but we got stuck in the middle of families, and normally I like to be right at the end or right by the stairs, because you're not up and downing every time somebody wants to move. But I can't complain where I was sitting, because the show was just so funny. There was a couple of parts in the show where Ben Rhodey forgot his lines and he improvised. There was a part where I think Ben Rhodey hit Mr. Maker straight in the, as he called it, in the mini makers in the downstairs area, and winded him a bit, and that was quite funny. He carried on like a trooper, but he did have a bit of an oh ouch moment, and he was laughing for a little while. But yeah, I don't have much more to say really, other than if you do live in the Kent area, do try to get down to see the pantomimes, because They are so worth it for children and adults alike. This is the 4th one I've seen, and I know I will be seeing it next year and the following year and for years to come, and probably when I have children, if I ever have children, I will be taking them down to see the pantomime as well. So I am so glad I see this. And I've also got another pantomime to see, actually. I've got the one in Corby, where I'm from. So when I go back, I'll have that as a video as well. Or I could squish these two together. I might do that. I may put both the pantomime together, but we are seeing Beauty and the Beast. So depending on how long this video turns out, which is about 15 minutes filming now, I'll probably cut about 5 minutes out. So depending on how good Beauty and the Beast is it Beauty and the Beast we're seeing, Lewis?
Yeah.
Yes, we're seeing Beauty and the Beast when we get home. So depending on how good that is, how many photos I get, if I get one of these playbooks and if I get it signed, I will show you. Otherwise, it would just be me talking rubbish about the performance and just saying if it's any good. I'm basically just going to see it to see how good their one is. And maybe it might become a thing that I come down to see the Marlowe, because I've got family down here. So it could become a thing that I see the Marlowe and I see the one at home. And I do both of them. But we'll see how that goes. I might add it into this video. But I guess you'll have to see when I upload if it's its own video or if it's a pantomime ×2 video. So that's all I've got to say for today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. And if it's already in January, I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas and a very happy New Year. Bye, guys. Hi guys, I did just want to add in, I am going to put the videos in, although they're not of great quality, and in the first one in particular, you can hear the gentleman that fell asleep next to me, you can hear a little bit of his snoring, but I still hope you enjoy the videos, and you do enjoy what I did manage to get during this performance. So, let's get on with the rest of the photos, and watch the videos.
The old man who came to my home. The old man who stole the rose.
It was for me.
He sent you then, did he?
No. No, I came here because I love him.
Huh? Yes. Then you are brave and you are kind. Well, you are my guest now. And you will remain here for the rest of your days if I will it.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will, or your poor papa will perish.
Don't you threaten him.
not a threat. It's a promise.
No, you can't keep me here.
This is my house, my gardens, my rules. If you leave, he will die.
No, no, please don't.
Now, there is a room in the high tower where you can remain. And I only have 2 demands.
What are they?
They are that you never leave the castle grounds.
So I'm a prisoner here.
And
No.
that you have dinner with mine once a week, Thursdays, 8 o'clock.
Dinner?
Yes, dinner.
Dinner?
Oh, this is rather exciting, isn't it? This is rather exciting, and my goodness me, what's the day today?
Thursday.
Oh my goodness, it's Thursday. That means it's dinner time, and I require a table. I'll need a table. Yes, a long, handsome table, and I'll need some chairs. Yeah, I'll need some nice wooden chairs, and perhaps a tablecloth. Yeah, like a long, glamorous tablecloth.
Very fresh. Well, I might just dry my shoes. I just close my eyes.
Good evening. You see that I left the door open? I did not turn a traveler away.
Guys, I'm jumping on at the end of this video as promised because I went to what I thought was another pantomime. It was described as the Christmas pantomime, but it wasn't. So this is Beauty and the Beast at the Corby Cube, which is local to where I live. So I went to see this and I was expecting not the high standards like I get at the Marlowe, but something very similar. But instead I got a cast of 6 actors and actresses. That is all. There was no extras, no sort of add-on people. There was literally just 6 actors and actresses. It was a artistic interpretation of the classic Beauty and the Beast story or fairy tale. It wasn't something I would actually choose to go and watch. Obviously I did choose to go and buy the tickets and watch it, but if I knew what it was at the time and it was advertised correctly, I wouldn't have chosen to see this, because it's not the pantomime, it's not the classic story, it's not what I choose to watch. The way I would, I think, describe it was be more of a artistic interpretation of the play. So these are a couple of the pictures in the book. Nobody stayed to give autographs or photos afterwards. The 6 people, they just vanished somewhere. So no autographs, no photos of the cast. I did sneak some photos throughout the performance, although I wasn't allowed. I did manage to get some photos. And I did manage to take a couple of videos. I don't know how well they turn out, so I might add them in here, but if I do, just be aware that the quality could be quite poor. So I'm going to add these in now, and this would be the video of the Marlowe Theatre pantomime and the not so great interpretation of Beauty and the Beast. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Laters.